Because I think this would be entertaining, let me get a initiative roll from each of you.
Oh, not 20.
Okay.
17.
Ooh, 4.
14.
Jesus.
See, I always waste them on stuff like this.
Okay, so 20, 17, 4, and 14? Okay. So, 4 makes sense because you still had to walk back all the way to the tower.
My trembling
Yep.
armadillo walk.
The three of you, after having eaten tacos, find yourselves back at the inn, headed to your respective rooms. Anansi, you just fall asleep. Like, you are covered in blood and from all the people that you just kind of pop their heads. And
sewage.
Yep. One would think with that smell, like, you would just be, like, forced to go to bed, or to take a bath of some type, but you were so exhausted. You had a good day, and frankly were a little put off, maybe, by your experience at the temple. As you lay down, your belly is a little bit rumbly, or not your belly, your host's belly, and the image of the bludgeons of the mace, like, dropping, and the way that Fiera, like, that weight should have, like, when you drop something and somebody catches it, like, there's that little jolt, but, like, what kind of just stands out in your mind is when it dropped, like, it didn't even jolt. Like, her body is so hard that those things dropping, like, she was just there for it. And it's unsettling. And as you drift off to sleep, you find yourself in a deep and foreboding place. Even with your dark nature, this place seems kind of scary. Everywhere you look, kind of looks like home, right? Like, there's spider webs everywhere. You kind of trotting around, and looks a little bit scary, but you see, like, all of these corpses, like, hanging in the webbing. You see shadows moving deep within the shadows, and you walk into this, like, larger chamber, and hanging in the middle of this chamber is Fiera, the person that you had just attempted to kill. Their face kind of, they're hanging feet up, and their face is just kind of peeling away from their bones. You kind of, like, move in a natural way to, like, take it in, like, trying to see, like, really see if that was her. Like, you kind of understand that you might be in a dream, but out of the corner of your eye, you see a massive shadow moving. It instills a little bit of fear in you as this huge shadow comes towards you. What do you do? You are little you.
Yeah. Can I jump to reach any of the spider webs?
Oh, you're on.
Yeah.
So the whole place
I
is
start
spider web.
climbing to a dark other corner. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
As you try to make an escape, stepping over you, you see this giant shadow of a leg.
Ooh.
And you feel the bristles on your carapace like become energized. Like the bristles always kind of stand up straight, but now whatever little bit of like hook might be at the end, even that is on edge. What do you do?
I look up higher. Can I see anything else besides the legs, or did they go into like complete shadow up there?
You can see. You have dark vision, so you can see.
Yeah.
But you are currently under
Yeah.
this creature, which is 500 times your size.
Maybe they won't notice. I climb on them.
You
Or
see
am I
them.
too scared to climb up the leg?
you as you approach as you get on the leg, you see that the leg kind of comes up, and it brings you up a good 30 or 40 feet, and now you are looking at this massive eyeball on a human face. What do you do?
I say, my queen, as I bow, I am your humble servant Anansi.
And you are thrown.
Ah!
And you wake up.
That's par for the course.
As you awake, you puke up just a little bit. But
I've healed up.
it does not interrupt your long rest. Otter, in the privacy of your room, you look at the contract that you have with the hag, and you see the lines where you had tasks and questions. You see where one of the questions was, it has now been like crossed out, and in its place, just above it, it says, "Your parents were a fair tiefling of Sylvan Fey ancestry and a noble elf." And you see on the next part where it says "retrieve the dagger," it too is crossed out. What do you do?
Is there anything in the place of return the dagger?
It's just crossed out.
Okay. I grabbed the bag then that I'd put the dagger into, and do I start noticing anything?
It seems like it seems different.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I'll grab the bag then. Right. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. My childhood dolly. Oh my
I
god.
think that explains a lot. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
Can you hand me that?
Which one? What?
That one that says "To Daddy" from Singing.
little Clarice and little Otter. I thought I had lost this.
And there you go.
This is amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is, I never think I'd see this again. Still smells like warm pea. That's great.
Who doesn't love a good urine smell?
Exactly. See what else she sent. Oh my gosh. This hag is so amazing.
It can't be better than that.
She
Colin.
says to say hi to everybody. That's amazing. Oh, and she knows we've been walking a long time and our feet probably hurt. So that's amazing.
That's a janky ass looking foot.
That thing looks like it has swole so bad.
A little bit of club.
Probably a relief to have it cut off.
Yeah.
Oh, and she sent snacks for little Clarice. Oh, there. See if there's another one in here. Let's see what we got.
Santa's Bay.
There's
It's a bushy taco.
there one for Otter too. Oh, that's awesome. So they get little
Bushy
treats
taco.
on the trip too. Look, everybody
Nice.
gets treats.
Just, you
That's
know.
awesome.
Classy, I like that.
Thanks.
Okay. I'll put these
You want
back
to
in
give
here.
me a potion from over there? One of the metal potions?
Do you care what kind of
I
metal
don't care
potion?
which metal potion.
The mana potion, just blue.
Yes. So, I will give you a few minutes to attune. And while you are attuning,
I love that cloud.
Taylor, you drift to sleep. And as darkness surrounds you, you find yourself walking out of the woods, across a field of wildflowers. You are headed home. There's your house just across the field. As you visually get closer, you feel as though the ground itself is resisting you. You look down and you see some common catchweed. This is a nuisance plant that always catches your feet, right? Seems to be holding you up. What do you do?
What do I usually do if I get stuck in catchweed?
Normally, you just bear through it. I mean, that's what I do personally.
Sure, I guess that's what I'm gonna try to do then.
Do you know this weed?
Not off the top of my head.
It's a common weed around here.
Okay.
It is also called what is it? Robin Run of the Hedge and Sticky Willy.
Oh, Sticky Willy.
Well, Gallium aperine.
If I saw it, I might know it. I don't know any of these names.
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna try to keep trudging.
Yeah. It when you walk through it, it behaves like Velcro.
Okay.
Like as you try to like walk through Velcro, it like catches itself and like becomes more stuck.
I see.
So you gonna try to walk through it?
Yeah.
Give me a strength check.
Okay. 12.
You take a couple of steps, and it seems like the more you walk forward, the more it's catching you up.
Do I have like my item pack with me?
Look for it.
I check my bag or my back, I guess, my sides to see if I've got any.
Doesn't seem to be there.
Do I have like a pocket knife?
Where would you keep this pocket knife?
Probably in my pocket, I guess.
I'm just asking.
Makes
No
sense.
need to be snarky.
I'm inventing that I might have a pocket knife, either in a
Okay.
boot or a pocket.
You reach for your pocket because your boot is kind of stuck inside the. Yeah, I'm sure you would have a knife in your boot, knowing you.
Exactly.
You're vicious. You reach into your pocket, and there's a hole in your pocket.
Oh.
It's not there.
Do I think if I took my boots off, I'd be able to walk better through this? Is it like something my boots specifically just catching?
And it's just it is the sheer nature of walking through this weed
Okay.
causes it's it catches on itself. So your
I see.
foot moving through it is what catch, and it grows to like 2 or 3 feet high.
What the hell are we paying that gardener for if they're not taking care of the weeds out here? I'm gonna try to yell to the house, I guess, see if anybody's home.
Doesn't seem to be like anybody's home.
If I back up, do the weeds like let me go?
Oh yeah.
That's suspicious.
Where your foot was, you've moved all the weeds out of it. So if you move your foot back, there's no weeds there.
I guess I'll try to walk around the perimeter, see if there's like an easier path forward.
Okay. As you like go around, like you just see between where you are and where your house is, just seems to be a field of Sticky Willie.
I was home too long.
Wasn't Slick Willie Bill Clinton's nickname?
Probably.
Sticky Willie, which
No,
if you're gonna have this is just going the wrong way. Catchweed.
Catchweed. I guess I should come back with tools to get rid of the weeds if I'm not getting through.
Flamethrower.
Okay, you're gonna try to find a town.
Yes.
The town appears to be on the other side of a field.
Of catchweed?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go lay in the field of wildflowers for a bit. That seems like a nice place.
As you lay down in this field, you look up and you see these beautiful cumulus clouds kind of just rolling along. You feel the sunlight and the shade as the clouds occlude the sun and make your face warm. You can't help but notice like the flowers as you're laying there, they seem to be reaching up for the sun. Or are you falling into the ground? Flowers are getting taller and taller around you. The catchweed now is covering you.
Okay.
And as it goes into your mouth, you wake up. Otter, after spending some quality time with your dolly, you fall asleep. I need you to roll a d6 for me.
3.
You find yourself at an elven masquerade festival. You're there, and everyone around you, like you're there, and you're kind of just your mask. Like you don't know what mask you're wearing, but you're not being perceived as other or different. You really feel this sense of acceptance, and as like the music starts to settle down, everyone takes off their mask and then looks at you. You haven't taken off your mask yet. What do you do?
Good question. Do I still have Dolly? Or am I just there by myself? My solo?
How do you investigate that?
By looking down?
When you look down, as you look down, you see a very nice tunic, and like even below that, you see pants that are maybe high enough that they would like smother Clarice.
Oh. I go ahead and take off my mask.
You take off your mask, and everyone smiles at you politely, and conversation starts again. You're confused by this, right? Like you've never been perceived this way before. There are large silver chalices on the in the dining area, right? And as you approach one, you see your reflection, or you see a reflection, but it's not your face. It is the face of a very handsome tiefling. And as you go to get closer, you turn your head a little bit, and you see something just out of the corner of your eye. And as you turn your head more, you see more of that something. And you try to take a look, and you find your head turned all the way around. And now you're looking at the face of a fair elven woman. And you wake up.
God, when you order those street tacos, they really do a number on you.
Guil.
What's up?
Guil, sorry. Your tummy has it rumbles a little bit, but then it's it just completely subsides, right? By the time you're back to the tower,
Mm-hmm.
you're right as rain, just feeling like $1 million. When you fall asleep, you realize as you're sleeping that you're looking at a beetle.
Okay.
It is walking through some moss with little fruiting bodies kind of hanging up. The moss is growing on this dead tree, and your roll, which is aardvark for family, is hanging out there. Kind of everybody's sitting on this pile of fallen leaves, and your mother is telling everyone to be on the lookout for the scary. And if you see the scary, just roll up and you'll be fine. Then, as she has done many times before, she takes her claws out and rips into the log, exposing all of the juicy grubs and insects and centipedes, and everybody goes to town for breakfast. You're reaching out and you're picking up a centipede, and kind of as you retract your hand, your father comes back with a maggot-ridden corpse of a small rodent and just kind of plops it on there. The impact of this dead corpse falling onto the log bounces the maggots, and it just kind of showers everything. It is super eye-appealing to you. You pick up a couple maggots, you just kind of go into town. Kind of overhead and out of the corner of your eye, you see this bolt of lightning going laterally across the sky. Not really paying it any mind. You're kind of in that phase where you're experimenting with you take one of these and you put it together and eat it. So you grab this bigger beetle, and you poke its carapace open like this.
It's not the beetle that was walking around. previous, right?
It's a little bit different from that one. Yeah.
Okay.
And a grub, and you stick the grub inside the beetle, and you like hold it like this, and you put it in your mouth so that you have like the crispy outside and the juicy inside.
It's like a crispy
part.
taco.
Yes.
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 And as it crunches and squirts in your mouth, you see the log that is kind of like there's, let's say, kind of forming the roof over this little kitchenette area, starts turning gray and turning to stone.
Okay.
As it does, all the little bugs that are in it and on it are trying to flee as quickly as they can. And they're hopping down, and now you have this shower of insects and juicy critters that the rest of your family has like now taken their attention to go underneath this log. And you're still eating your beetle taco, and you like kind of look up because you see something moving, and then you see this split-second image of a bottle flying through the air and a zip of magic that hits it, sending a spray of shower down on this area. And in that second, you go from your little young armadillo form, and you see your perspective just kind of raising up out of this spot, and it is jarring and jostling, and as your perspective is thrust into the sky, you see out kind of in front of you this way, just this dark cloud, and you know that's the scary. And just the shock and awe of this situation, you find yourself going up like this to like protect yourself from the scary, and then you fall back, losing your vision. The rest of the night finds you all uneasy sleep, but a full rest.
That's all that matters, really. Easy once.
Nah, she's her rough couple months of this is uneasy sleep is not very good.
So, Guil, in the morning, you wake to something that you have never seen before. As you're waking, you see ranchos in your cell, cloister, or whatever you want to call it. I feel like it's weird to call it a cell, right?
A room.
Yeah, but
It's like a Harry Potter room.
yeah. But he is sitting there, kind of alongside the window that you have, but like looking at you.
Okay.
And says, "You know, Guil, I will probably not be around forever. While I have spent considerable time with you around, I do not know that I have been the best in caregiver to you. More on that later. Could you please retrieve your comrades from yesterday?
Okay.
I would like them to accompany us for a early lunch.
Okay.
And then just kind of walks out. Something about his demeanor is just different.
I feel like this is Lanchos has got like cancer or something, and I don't like that. Okay.
What do you do?
I guess I'm a little. It concerns me. I'm not necessarily worried, but it concerns me. But I will go start retrieving my comrades at their respective inns.
Okay.
And then. Oh yeah, Lanchos didn't tell me where he wants lunch though, so.
You know, he typically just eats. He doesn't leave the tower.
Oh, okay, so we're all coming back to the tower. Okay, so that it's not. All right, yeah. So I just go.
In fact, in the entirety of the amount of time that you've known him, he has maybe ventured out of the tower like 5 or 6 times.
Oh, okay.
And it is almost exclusively to affairs of state.
Okay.
Like
it's never like a personal.
So it's interesting. Like for the size of the country that is Pyrez, there isn't really a standing army.
Okay.
There isn't really a standing police force. It is largely policed by mercenaries who are doing so on behalf of whatever is the local level of government.
Okay.
And so instead of having a standing police force, typically what some of the smaller villages will have is they'll have like the guy that handles these types of things.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that's a wayward adventurer, or it could be a whole different like variety of shady type people, or people who are experienced enough to handle whatever level of danger is in that area. Because the country itself is known for medicine and like the benefit that they provide society is really about being this knowledge area, and it's a relatively altruistic group of people. Like nobody here is necessarily out to get rich. Like a couple people do get rich, but it's usually it's like old money, or it's money that they have brought in.
Okay.
It's not. People don't come to Pyrez to make it rich, right? Unless they're adventurers or sell swords. For those folks, it is a great place to make money.
Insurance salesman. Yeah.
Yes. And so, as a result, like the streets are safe, but they're safe because it's a safe place, not because it's policed.
All right.
Right? Like the people, because there is no like vast amount of wealth, there's not really a lot of like heavy robberies. Like there's no bank robberies, right? Because there's really no banks. People live in a pretty narrow band, but everybody is kind of at that same economic and safety level that it doesn't necessarily make sense to try to rob from somebody, because everybody's going to know that you got more, and like it just kind of works itself out.
Okay.
Right? The majority of money that comes into Pyrez is for medical treatment, and the majority of that medical treatment money goes to paying for the medical goods that people supply, right? So like it's this weird like self-balancing
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Problems?
No, I just There's no red light. I was just.
There's a flashing blue light on the top.
I'm just checking.
The one on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got flashing red and blue over here, but
It's still recording. Sorry, just making sure.
Yep.
It's the cameraman in me, so.
Oh.
no. As soon as I saw you looking at it, I was like, oh crap.
I was just making sure it's still going. So. All right.
But that said, did you put this dice on top of here, or did it just actually naturally land on
I
top
haven't
of here?
touched anything. That's all you.
It naturally landed on top of that dice.
Weird.
It's like a little snowman, dice,
Right.
dice man.
I don't understand what these numbers mean.
Very nice.
As yeah,
One
dice
day
man.
More than 7 minutes.
Half an hour right there, so.
So one is how long it's been recording, and the other one is the countdown of how much you've got left.
On that little itty bitty
On that-
recording.
The one on the left says it's only been going. The one that's counting up has 7 minutes and 53 seconds.
It could be that some cameras they have a limit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and then-
the video files. So we do like a 6-hour session, and that results in like 16 videos.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
Like,
breaks
it's-
it in.
Yeah.
Sounds like that is just readily not been recorded
Yeah, I know.
for some.
And
portion
some
of
cameras
this.
actually they'll stop recording after like 30 minutes, so you have to press re-record. But then others will just break it up.
Okay,
They'll
got
still record. They'll just break it up into chunks, essentially. Yeah.
Okay.
So
We're good then.
Totally derailed my own train of thought.
so not a lot of crime
Yes.
just because there's not a lot of
So-
wealth. I'm gonna go retrieve these 3.
Yeah, so the thinking about as you're walking, thinking about the odd interaction that you just had. Like he doesn't leave very frequently, simply for the fact that if he were to leave, he needs to like bring with him guards,
Okay.
and he doesn't necessarily trust a lot of people.
It's not necessarily like he's not necessarily afraid. I mean, is he afraid of being like assassinated, I guess, or kidnapped? It's just kind of extra because he's kind of the head honcho.
At his level, there's always some level of somebody might want to do something.
Subterfuge. Yeah. Okay.
Plus, I mean, he's relative. Like the role that he has comes with it a certain level of wealth and prosperity. So
He's like one of the few people in town that would actually be,
worth-
if you wanted to rob,
yes, like if you were going to rob somebody, this would
he'd be the
probably
dude. Okay.
But he's also an archmage, so like he can kind of take care of himself.
Yeah.
Right? You'd have to be like a small army a stupid small army to try to rob him. So I mean, but again, he's just not like he's kind of closed in. Like
He's a homebody.
yeah, like he doesn't really need to go anywhere, so he doesn't.
Okay.
He usually spends his time working in his labs, like making things and researching stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you had the highest initiative, so let's say you wake up first.
Yeah, it's shower time.
Finally.
As best as I can, try to get it.
Well, I have an above board question.
Yep.
So, your host, when you eat a shit ton, it goes to the host's stomach and then you get the nutrients as well? Is it kind of like a baby in the womb type of situation? I just was curious.
She's a parasite, right? So like,
So you're just essentially feeding off the host anyways?
think
Okay.
of it like a mosquito inside your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
No, I'll stick with the baby analogy. That makes sense to me. I got you. Or it's like the parasite that goes into the fish and replaces the tongue and zombifies it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to know. So.
Okay, so you're taking your. Sorry, I hear Bugbear taking a shower,
Yeah.
and I view your old character taking a shower with and getting the little bows, right? Like,
It's like Beauty and the Beast is in the Beast to get like a bad.
Yeah, and he gets all his hair curled and his fur, yeah, and everything.
Okay, so you're washing your stanky ass. Otter, what you doing?
I wake up from the weird dream, just excited that I still have Dolly. I'm like, yeah, I suppose I better kind of wash up too, and it's rare that I ever remove the mask, in general. But since I'm in the privacy of this room, I do that, wash my face and all the crevices and whatnot like that. And
Do you finish your attunement with?
mhm.
Okay.
And Dolly eats the tacos. That's for Clarice, and that's Clarice, so she gets this taco with the bow. So, but yeah, and then prepare for the day.
Okay.
I probably have some morning ritual that I'm used to doing. Maybe some calisthenics to
Limber up.
Exactly.
Limber up the old joints. Pop a couple of painkillers for good measure.
Okay. So, as you are, as you get to the hotel, the inn, nobody is there right now. Like, nobody has come down yet from their room.
Copy. Are they all staying at the same inn, or are you at a separate one?
I have no idea.
I think just for
ease?
ease.
Sure.
They're all
stay at the
okay.
same place.
Copy that. So I'm just chilling in the lobby. Or the bar area,
Yep.
whatever.
Well, you got a lot of fur to cover. Let's say you come down first.
Sure. Morning, Guil.
Morning, how are you?
I had a bit of a strange dream, but I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I had a bit of a strange interaction with Lanchos this morning, but he wants
I bet.
but he wants me to retrieve you and our other two companions to have lunch, an early lunch at the tower. So that's why I'm here.
Does he call it lunchos, or does he just call it lunch?
I'll have to ask him. He does just call it lunch, but
I've always wondered.
I feel like you should
gotta
call
be
it
honest.
lunchos.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. He's a little bit of a serious guy, but
Yeah,
We
it's a
fl-
bit odd, but
yeah,
he's serious in his own way. Yeah.
yeah.
he
But we
called
could
me.
float the idea. He might be.
I think it's worth it. Yeah.
I like that idea. So yeah, we just have to wait till the other two come down.
I think they. I bet they'd bathe in something good because they were.
so.
Right.
They were a little funky.
Yeah, maybe send them back up if they didn't.
Yeah. So you got to take a bath. You got to wash your ass.
Exactly.
Roll for stinkage.
Let's see, do it. Let's roll for stinky.
Oh, 19.
Ooh.
I think in this case it's probably good. Like,
There's a bath check.
yeah, the math
Yeah,
check.
bath.
How much of that ass did you wash?
Yeah. No
Okay,
dingleberries.
Right. Well, he's a bugbear. I mean, that will happen. So, clomping down the stairs.
Yeah. Probably still wet.
You're not familiar with drying off of fur.
No.
Yeah, you got to
And
do
then-
the shake.
Oh.
I don't know that she's. I don't know how to do that. She's barely walking with this.
Oh, is
guy.
she still? Yeah, still a little.
And
Needs to get her sea legs.
I don't know which room Otter was in last night. I just know he's here, and I don't see him, so I don't even acknowledge you guys. I'm just there because I don't know that you're here for me. I'm just like waiting for Otter.
I'm here to collect you an Otter so we can go have lunch with Lanchos. That's what he would like. That's what I'm here for. To grab you too, and Taylor.
Over time since we've traveled together, would we have any sort of like codes, Otter, you and I,
I don't know.
or we just talk to each other like normal?
Yeah, we can. I
mean-
imagine.
Normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, as normal as you can. Yeah.
Neither might be true.
Oh, I chitter, and I see if any spider answers, and I ask them to go find him.
Roll a persuasion check.
16.
Okay. You find there's a brown house spider that's kind of hanging out in the floorboards above you, and he since you've come downstairs, he just kind of zips in through, and you're kind of still in the... So question, would you put the mask back on to sleep, or would you have it off while you're sleeping in your room?
I'd probably just sleep with it on.
Okay. So, while you were going through your morning ritual, you see this kind of plump-looking spider, like, kind of walk up and, like, it hops in front of you.
I'm like, oh, good morning.
And then it's
Morning,
like...
little buddy. Oh,
Points with one of its legs.
okay, I'm getting summoned. Yeah, let me take care of the business here, and I'll be down in a minute. Tell him I'll be right down.
And it hops, and it scurries away, and he's like, he'll be right down.
Great.
Okay. So we'll just wait for Otter.
Who needs cell phones when you have
Have
spiders?
Yeah, insects, you know. So
They're everywhere.
Right?
I mean, they don't call it the World Wide Web for nothing.
Hey.
Hey!
So I'm brushing Clarice's teeth.
I'm going to give you inspiration for that. It's not
Sweet.
And
D6.
getting ready for the day and gather my belongings and go back downstairs.
Okay.
Dolly and tote.
In tote,
Mm-hmm.
fully in or head sticking out?
Underarm. So.
Okay. Okay. So the dolly can see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I haven't seen this thing before either, because it's, right? It just came last night.
Yeah, when nobody has seen the dolly.
I look at it.
But you can all smell it.
That's
the
fun.
dolly did not take a bath. And it still smells like piss.
Guys, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
I'm like, oh, so since I saw you yesterday, the hag has returned an old child's toy that I've had ever since I was young, and I thought I had lost it in the marsh and whatnot, but somehow she retrieved it and gave it back to me. This is a little Clarice, and this is a little Otter.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I'm glad
excited.
you got that back.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Would you like to hold
I'm good. Thank you.
Clarice or Otter?
No,
I
thank
feel like
you.
it's a sacred thing that you need to just keep
Yeah.
Did you want to give it a squeeze?
close to you.
As
I don't-
it gets closer, you can really smell.
No, you need to
There's a
keep
little drip. I'm squeezing it.
you need to keep that close to you. Just it's personal.
Okay.
We don't want to sully it with our dirty hands.
Right. And they go,
Claws.
and the hag sent tacos too for both of them. So
Are those
that was
also
super
dripping?
nice. She's got the blackest heart that I know. She's just a sweetheart.
I mean, you see some lettuce fall off of them.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
know that I understand the concept of toys for, like, things for fun.
Oh, yours, yeah. All right. Well, Otter.
I'm not sure Otter does either, looking at that dolly.
Well,
Like that's funny. Little Otter thinks that's funny.
well, this is fun. So, Lancho sent me to get you all to come back to the tower because he wants to have lunch. So you can bring your +1, I guess.
Okay, plus half,
Yeah.
or is it a +2?
Sure. Whichever.
Is his
Can
sister
join
a
just like
+1?
we are.
Huh?
Is his sister a +1?
I mean, they're seeing the same body, so it's kind of
Yeah, I mean, you can't really have one without the other. I
yeah.
guess.
Does Lanchos know about his Clarice? Or no?
Not exactly.
He doesn't know, so it's fine. Oakley dokley, shall we move back to the tower?
Let's go.
Yeah.
As we're walking back to the tower, what would you all be up to?
I mean, I just feel like I'd be trembling ahead of you three, just leading me back to the tower. Yeah, because it's like Lanchos told me to do something,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go. I'm just like, let's go.
I would kind of want to walk in the back because I don't really want to have my back to these two. Otter seems mostly fine. I'm not sure about the bugbear.
Yeah.
Just Just shaking, trying to like get rid of the wire. That's all. Like just doing like how spiders would be doing. Like,
It's like when you go to the lake and your shoes get wet, so
Yeah.
as you walk.
Okay. Fair enough. Let me get just a straight D20 roll from the two of you.
17.
18.
Okay. So, you start to pick up on, like, just the vibes around town seem a little bit different.
There's some weirdos walking around.
It's not these weirdos. Like
It's not us.
It's kind of like the normal ebb and flow of people moving through the space. Like like this is your bread and butter of knowing, like, paying attention to your surroundings and knowing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
These people, like, the patterns seem off just a little bit. Like something has interrupted what's going on.
Okay.
But you don't hear, like, you get a couple of like people maybe more hurriedly going about their business, like maybe they're somehow behind for the day, or they don't want to be like out in public too much. They're just a little bit more like cautious.
Is there like maybe like a paranoia, in a sense, a little bit about?
Just a little, like it seems, just like people seem a little bit on edge.
Okay.
You guys.
I mean, the sky has been falling.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, I would be a little concerned with that too. That would be normal.
And kind of even as you're walking, you have a couple of like streaks coming through. You hear one streak come through, and it impacts on what over the evening has been set up as this protective barrier.
Yeah.
And you hear the dull magical thud of this rock as it hits, and kind of like it this one like glances off, right? Like you can kind of tell by like the sound, and you look up and you see it.
Like a rock skipping off the
Yeah.
surface of the water, kind of. Okay.
So people are a little bit on edge, but whatever. You make it back to the tower, and to you, it is weird and different.
Like the vibe in the tower?
Yes.
From even when I, like, was the vibe in the morning?
Normally, you're the one preparing food. You see,
Oh, I was about to, yeah,
you see somebody else
preparing food.
preparing food.
I don't like that. Who's preparing the food?
They're not doing it right.
I'm just saying.
It
Is it someone that I know, or is it some like a new person I've never seen?
Roll a history check.
10. Do I have a?
They look vaguely familiar. You feel like you've maybe seen them around
12. I
town.
would get a 12. But yeah.
You feel like you've vaguely seen them around town,
Okay.
but you certainly don't know.
Don't know.
their
Okay.
name. But they're kind of going through, and you see Lancho's like giving corrective instruction
To the person making the food.
to the person setting it up.
Okay.
And
Wait, so the person's not necessarily making the food; they're just setting up, like the spread, or like the place settings.
that you see them going into a door that you've never seen before,
Okay.
and they are bringing food out of that room.
That door. Okay.
Um,
So it's not like it's coming from like the regular kitchen that I know.
not from the regular kitchen that you know.
Interesting.
So as you sit down, you hear him say, Beatrice, thank you very much. Please let us now have some quiet. As she's kind of like clattering the plate. Like, it seems like it's a new job for her.
Okay, so she's nervous.
Yeah, there's like, you're getting that like new hire kind of vibe off of her.
Wants to do good, but
Yeah.
like it's still kind of screwing things up because she doesn't
Yep.
know the. Okay.
And you can,
And that makes it worse.
You know from his tone, like it has kind of reached that level of just like you fucked it up enough.
Yeah,
Get
like
out of my
stop.
presence.
You can stop.
Yes.
Okay.
And like that, just that energy, right?
Okay.
Come sit. I've had Guil retrieve y'all to. Did I say something funny?
No.
I'm just in a good mood.
Well, that is good.
We're just happy to see you, Lanchos.
You all, please sit. Tell me. I have known. I have known Guil for some time now. I don't believe that we've ever had the opportunity. You've done a number of odd jobs for me, but I don't know that we've really had the opportunity to chat. And kind of as he does this, you see him like move his hand like across the table, and like the whole table lights up. I need everybody, if you want to resist it, to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Why not?
I mean, I feel like maybe I.
9.
Ooh, nat 20.
Ooh. I got a 10.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
So 22.
22. Okay. The two of you find you understand that you are being compelled to tell the truth, but you still like you guys don't.
I mean, to
like-
me, that doesn't seem like a big deal because I would be truthful
Right,
to him
right,
anyway.
right.
So.
But you
For the most
guys,
part.
for the two of you with the roles that you had, you are you are finding it. I'll just say, when it comes time to when you try to tell a lie, you need to let me know
Okay.
to see if you can actually tell that lie.
Okay.
Because every time you tell a mistruth, you will have to roll again
Okay.
to see if that you can actually get it out of your mouth. So tell me, what is it about working with me that you find enjoyable?
The money's pretty good.
So if someone were to give you more money, would you betray me?
No, I mean, I'm not in the habit of betraying for money. I mean, if I get a job, I'm gonna do it. But I appreciate your generosity.
What do you do with this money?
Some of it
Will, can you hand me
What do you want? What do you want?
that one?
This? Oh.
We're role playing here.
Sorry.
I think that's pretty in character. Some of it, I spend on armor upkeep and weapon upkeep in my studies, but mostly I send it back to my family over at the town that I can't think of the name of right now because I didn't prep for this.
Oh, that's awesome. Boy, it means a lot.
How much money? You're getting on in years
Yeah.
for a man in your occupation. How much more before you would consider retiring?
I'm probably pretty set, honestly, thanks to your last payment. So it's sort of a matter of going out on a satisfying mission at this point, but obviously I'll take payment for it. You know, I'm not doing it for charity. Just, I want there to be like one last good job, you know?
One last good score.
Exactly. Before I'm out of the game.
Very interesting. We have spent a sizable amount of time. What is that smell?
Hello.
He's got to know precipitation.
Oh, you want to play with it? This
No,
little,
I'm good.
little otter?
You find the smell has disappeared.
Thank God.
It now smells like a little bit of like lilac and rose. What is it? How would you say this? You have had an interesting life, and I suspect that were it up to nature, your life would last considerably longer than mine. What would you do with that life?
So you're implying that this is if I'm by myself, then you're no longer with me? Like I'm no longer in your employ?
All things end. Someday I will end. Where will you go?
Probably back. I would probably find my family and just make it on my own and be kind of like a freelance. I'm assuming I like the work. And in learning magic, I would probably just be like a freelancer, essentially, if you were no longer with me.
As you say that, you see and this is so obvious to everybody in the room who's even slightly paying attention. You see like a flicker of like sorrow and regret go across his face. And he says, How would you make your way?
By myself?
Under my employ, I have seen to it that you are clothed and fed and housed. And while you have been a very good helper around here, what would you do for money?
I mean, maybe I would just open up my own little shop of potions and just have like a nice quiet life after you, but hopefully that will be far in the future.
Hopefully.
Or I'll do onlymages.com. I'm sure there's someone with an armadillo fetish out there, so.
I'm sure that there is. Oh, Jesus.